Oke guys, game pertama match terakhir antara Rrq Mika melawan Gpx Basreng.
Game number 1, Gpx Basreng versus Rrq Mika getting in
Dan di sini dia pakai Fredrin dan Caramel pakai Akai. Sama-sama tank jungler, S-nya pakai Bruno ya. Brodinya dipakai Chincaw guys.
Who do you think gonna be taking the game here? Because I do feel like both of them have the chances to do so. So I think it's just gonna be
Funi di sini dia pakai Novaria guys ya.
in what is gonna be happening inside of Land of Dawn. I mean, like, so far Chincaw is one of the best player inside of the gold lane, and Ash was improving a lot as well. So I do feel like they can try to pick up something here with all of the things coming from the side of Gpx Basreng, and I do like how they're taking the risk here for playing quite early with the heroes that they are having.
Okay, knowing that Ash is trying to pull in and
itu guys ya, kelinci ngeselin guys.
with a reverse time and also a few ticking time bombs, in this case ticking bunnies, they will have to avoid quite a lot of little traps from the side of Gpx Basreng. Not to forget that maybe Caramel has to focus on more to the farming, and even the Uranus already pushed into that second and third tire, trying to just cut in a lot of waves, trying to buy a lot more good times, but the Akai going there, trying to find in a way also. Yogoi is still finding routes to maybe roam to the middle or even to the bottom, because they all need to set up for the first turtle right here.
Yeah,
masih main aman guys ya.
Those things here because the turtle already up here on the Land of Dawn. So right on the bottom lane, we are witnessing the movement coming from the Uranus along with the Arlot. I mean, like, that's the case when you're facing one another with the lifesteal compensation and able to survive. But Caramel was really trying to get something and get close to the players coming from the side of Rrq Mika, and the turtle will be executed maybe. But look at that one, Caramel still holding it into the speed and put back.
Caramel
the narrow route is already being used, but Livy is pretty low and might be the case
Tanya
here.
dapat ya guys ya.
The turtle secured nicely in the hand of Rrq Mika.
Okay, quite a clean move, and even though it's a very early war that is initiated, not like the other games before, it is quite good how Tan tries to get the wave of the retribution, and being on point with the first neutral objective, it would help a lot in the gold gap. But at the same time, Gpx Basreng tries to find ways to actually gain a big of a gold lead, because from the side of the gold lane is actually quite harsh. Okay, Tan trying to pop in again with a flicker from Chincaw, needs to be used defensively. Funi trying to help a bit of a way, but even Lele until jumping into the second and the first tire, that's
the purpose having the Uranus. It's either Uranus, Esmeralda. You just go to the side of the opponents, or even Ruby. You can do that and try to play along on that one. So yeah, that's gonna be the thing, especially because Lele believe that no one can stop her at this point. It's just gonna be exchanging stuff. But look at that one, movement towards Tan here that is actually being opened up by Caramel as well. So they try to open up the bushes while also trying to play objectively. Caramel is ready with the retribution and everything else. It's 30 seconds into the next turtle, so they want to take something before they go and aim for that objective. Going to top lane, heavy speed as God, expecting the Ash here, but there is no other follow-up that is given by the side of Gpx Basreng. A little miscommunication, I guess, coming from the side of Gpx Basreng, so they are unable
masih 0-0 guys ya.
Both EXP laders are very far off from each other. Cutting here, cutting there, because it's trying to budge into the middle, trying to meet up and start the Lord. And from the second turtle opening up again, Rrq Mika is actually quite ready, knowing that Violet is there, pulling in from the Shadow Stampede, but far away, zone out from Lele, and also Funi didn't really get a chance to get even close to the turtles to help in again. Not to mention that they would need to find ways to actually maneuver over on getting that neutral objective if Gpx Basreng wants that very much. But so far, even though Rrq Mika gets 2 neutral objectives, it isn't enough to catch on to the gold of Gpx Basreng.
Chincaw,
But they are still
iya,
aiming for
kena
a
tipu,
Silver
guys.
Eagle right now. Chincaw still trying to get back
Ada
in, but there is
Digi,
a bit
cuy,
of help coming
aman.
from Tal. They are able to secure the movement right here, but look at that one. Actually, Caramel trying to stop the movement from Lele, but that is not going to be the case here. They really need more damage. They really need Chincaw and also Funi to participate to try to burst out the players from the side of Rrq Mika. And Rrq Mika, they know it. Livy right now trying to pick up.
Habis spin bro, habis spin dapat 2. Dapat 2. Nah, akhirnya guys ya.
2 points has been collected along with the turrets in the bottom lane, but Tan is pretty low and needs to be forced to get back as soon as possible.
Oh, that's a quite heavy thing to do, and even if it's a little, this is actually the chance from Chincaw to actually push into the turret. Let's not forget that from Rrq Mika actually
tadi skill
needs to
2-nya
go
Violet
down
cooldown
and
guys.
regen
Anda gak
their
cooldown, S
health.
juga bakalan
That's not to
dibatalin
mention
guys ya.
that 2 people here with a lot of ticking time bombs trying to support in. They have managed to secure the second tire turret from the bottom lane. And let's not forget, from the middle lane, they're just trying to move over to find out a great way or a great move to find it. Even though Shadow Stampede with a final slash going in again. But Livy is just a bit of a tanky 1 HP bar left and still regenerating from that.
But Lily, again, Lily is just living into the fullest potential of Uranus. You know, whenever everyone was doing a war, she was like cutting the minions, trying to slow down the progress or slowing down the push coming from the side of Gpx Basreng. But Tan actually having quite a hard time to jump in and try to initiate towards the Gpx Basreng side. But look at that one, Violet able to pull it back to the side of Gpx and try to focus more over this turtle. This turtle, they are trying so hard to put it on their hand, but Yoga receiving so much help here to try to survive, but Tan jumping in,
terakhir
trying
bro,
to get
yang
himself
dapat
in, but the habit is
Caramel
there.
guys ya.
Caramel securing the turtle along with a jungler in the head of Gpx.
Well, I should actually say
adanya
the
Violet
round
sih gameplay
is
Gpx
quite
agak
early
ngeri juga ya.
pops up,
Yeah.
So it's quite an
Kan Violet
expensive
tipe
information
XP
given
yang
to
barbar
Gpx
juga
Basreng.
cuy.
Not to mention that how Tan tries to dive in a bit too early and then getting pinned down with the heavy spin, and it's a guaranteed retribution for Caramel and in that fact on. Let's not forget from our item build also that the car has going in with a radiant armor trying to maybe need a bit of a backup to the Faramis or maybe the Fredrin trying to cope up again. But so far from RQ is quite pushed back from Gpx Basreng, Astral Eco opening up, and also a recall trying to aim at Yogoi. And again from Chincaw is just pure on pushing.
Udah bentar atas ya.
Yeah. There's so much things right now that is trying to be held up by the side of Rrq Mika. 3-0 in 8 minutes. And Gpx leading by 6,000 gold lead here with the dominance eyes on the head of Violet and Vuni finishing off the Lightning Transient. Now, with those leads, they really need to push it back towards Rrq Mika, and Lele needs to join the war. She needs to be the tanky. She needs to be the sandbag to hold up the pressure that is given by the side of Gpx Basreng. Because if it's not, I think it's going to be pretty hard for Rrq Mika to hold up with all of the pressure and also the aggressive movement coming from Gpx Basreng.
Okay, Caramel trying to zone in again. Yogoi being in the front line with the Astral Eco, slowing down and opening up prisons to everyone with pulling in with a Shadow Stampede. But then again, Chincaw once again was able to push in the turret. Not even 10 minutes in, the middle inner turret is actually
Oke guys ya, Lord yang pertama guys. Ini Lord yang biasa aja sih ya, cuma kan turretnya Rrq Mika tinggal 3 wes turret bro.
That ticking time bomb is actually quite giving a nasty damage in the early game. Not to mention that Tan with that much of the HP still takes up a lot. Still have to close down a lot of damage. Even if I'm not mistaken, is that 2 or even 3 time bombs. Like one of the third HPs is actually just down.
I mean, like, this is Impurage kind of. It's not longer Impurage, but it's the magical. So definitely the damage coming from the Tal it's huge because they have the frontliner already. They have the Arlet along with this Akai to hold it up. So actually, it's pretty funny right now how they are going to be able to dive in and try to give it up towards Rrq Mika's side. But Rrq Mika, unable to get out and even trying to farm is pretty hard to do. Because at this certain point, and I don't believe like they really need to hold it up into the late game, but if without anything that Sun can do to dive in and try to maybe even pick off the member of Gpx Basreng is already too much, because the heavy spins from Caramel stopping them to do anything.
Lily.
And even the setup that is being made by the Shadow, the Astral coming from Novaria is enough to make Gpx Basreng having the lead over the aggressive movement.
Okay, not to mention that they need to really focus on how they try to control taking the middle turret first and then waiting for the horde to barge in onto the bottom lane one. But for Rrq Mika, they need to put in more of a damage here. Okay, time journey popping off into quite a bit of an early, but Frederick needs to be taken down from Tan. A bit of silence, and also Lele trying to zone out a lot of people, but also the forcing out 3 people here and getting that base
boleh.
in 10
Ngeri guys ya, game pertama diamankan oleh Gpx Basreng cuy. Santai aja, ini best of 3 series, jadi kita bisa langsung aja ke game yang kedua guys ya. Bye bye.